So to start off, what is the green vision? What policies do Greens support? The Green Party is guided by kind of two interconnected foundations. The short one is the four pillars. The four pillars of the Green Party are peace, social justice, ecology, and grassroots democracy. And you can see those things play out, in our issue-specific policies, and you can see a lot of intersectionality between them. After the four pillars, kind of expanding a little, but maintaining that broadness, we also have the 10 key values that guide our vision. Those are peace, social justice, ecology, sustainable economics, democracy, decentralization, feminism and gender equality, respect for diversity, personal and global responsibility, and future focus and sustainability. And much in the same way as the four pillars are very intersectional, there's a huge amount of overlap in the 10 key values as well. So those are kind of the broad underlying values, that make up what do Greens believe. And, in many ways, those values guide us in our, discussions and, policy decisions as we, kind of take those more abstract ideas and bring them into concrete policy. So the important thing to understand there, right, is that the Green Party is an eco-socialist, anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist political party and activist organization. We'll get into some, different pieces of this throughout, but it's important to understand what the Green Party is. And when you look at, I'll go back, but when you look at these, right, peace, social justice, ecology, sustainable economics, democracy, decentralization, feminism and gender equality, respect for diversity, personal and global responsibility, future focus and sustainability. Capitalism can't abide by a single one of those, right? Capitalism is not peaceful. The demand for new markets it fuels new conflict and war, whether that be outright physical war or economic warfare, which we are living in the United States, we perpetuate a lot of. Similarly, like social justice, capitalism is not a framework that uplifts social justice, and then at the end of that, the idea of social justice is empowerment and liberation. Those are things that are not they're fundamentally opposed to capitalists, to capitalism and the way that the system works. Capitalism is destroying the planet, so it's clearly not ecological. We have a massive economic inequality, both domestically in the United States and through the world. So it's clearly not sustainable economically, unless you're in that very small top percent. Democracy, capitalism is a hierarchical system. It is an anti-democratic system. It places power in the hands of the few and takes it away from workers and citizens. Certainly not decentralized. It's a hierarchical by definition. Much in the same way that it can't abide by social justice, feminism, and gender equality, are kind of antithetical to capitalist ideals. That doesn't mean that they aren't abused and through things like tokenism. But when you come down to it, capitalism is not about empowerment and liberation. So it's not about feminism and equality. Respect for diversity, again, I just said tokenism, but that's about as far as capitalism respects diversity. Capitalism tends to use diversity as a weapon to divide. Personal and global responsibility, there's very little responsible about capitalism, and same for future focus, right? We're not going to have a future if we continue under this capitalist system. So by definition, our values, even though it doesn't come out in, those 10 key values don't say the 10 socialist values of the Green Party. When you look at them, it's clear that every single one of those values is an eco-socialist, is an anti-capitalist, and anti-imperialist value. So we'll get to that. And then the Green Party is a political party, obviously, right? We're the Green Party, but we're also an activist organization. And we'll get into that kind of later when we talk about strategy.